Okay, folks. I've had a couple people ask me for a little cupboard tour, so we're going to start down here. We're just going to do this one sort of quick today. This is the cupboard where we keep some small plates and some soup bowls and some small bowls and stuff. So we'll just see how this goes. I'm going to try to set the camera up here so I can get down here and show you a few things. How's that? We'll see how it goes. Alright, so I just thought I'd take a few things out of here and give you a little tour of some of the pots we have. We don't have any commercial dinnerware, or we don't have any, hardly any glass either. We have all pottery. So these are we've got a couple stacks of sort of luncheon plates that we like to use. We got this stack here and this stack here, and I think there's a few more around here somewhere. This is a nice little Michael Hunt wood-fired pot with a Nuka glaze and some pours. This is a nice salt glazed pot of mine. You can see I had some seashells here, and these are stacked up in the kiln, probably about 5 high. It's a nice pot there. And this is a Stephen Colby pot, earthenware. Stephen makes nice pots. So Linda Christensen, this is one of my favorite pots to have lunch in. Sometimes I have pasta in this pot. It's a really nice little dishy shape. And it's got a little decoration under the foot ring there too. So don't have to ignore what's happening underneath. There's another Linda. Oh, look there, more decoration. This is another salt glaze, couple salt glaze pots of mine. Then we got another stack here of some dishes. We'll just go show you a few of these. This is we got 5 of these Randy Johnston plates, porcelain, gas-fired, beautiful foot rings, nicely thrown, some trailing. This one's the black on the porcelain, and then we've got a couple that have the khaki glaze poured. I don't know how the light's in here. We'll just have to see how this turns out. I'm having a hard time. But anyway, these are great pots. I think we don't have many porcelain pots, just a few. Then I've got a nice little stack of Michael Klein dishes here. Little luncheon plates. Look at those beauties. Love using these. I use these quite often. Then back here in the back, there's some more pots. This is a pot that was made by a fellow who I met several years ago. He was working up at Todd Piker's place, and his name was Nason. Can't remember his last name, but Nason sent me this little soup mug. It's a nice pot. And then there are several other pots back there, but I don't think we'll dig all those out yet. Then down here in the bottom, I'll show you a few bowls we've got down here. This is easily recognizable Linda Christensen wood-fired pot, and you can see by the wadding here that there was probably another soup bowl sitting on top of this in the kiln. We have lots of Linda's pots. I love her work. Here's a Ron Myers pot that I've had for quite a while. It's a soup bowl. Really great dish. It's all kind of wonky, and look, it's even got a piece of something down there in the bottom. He didn't charge me extra for that little bit that probably came off the shelf up above it. But I love this pot. It's got nice little divots, nipples in it to hold. It's a great pot. What else is down here? Here's a little stack of square dishes, little added feet. I made all 3 of these. These are nice for pie or little sushi trays or a little piece of cake or some cheese and crackers maybe. Yeah, good stuff. As you can tell, I have certain pots that I like to eat certain foods out of, and some of them, I just sort of pick up this habit of having certain foods out of certain pots, but it changes over time. These are some little Warren McKenzie pots. These are great for oatmeal. I love having oatmeal in these pots. We've got 4 of these, I think. They've got this little handle here, which is mainly just a little visual thing, but it's nice to hold in your hand, and you can get a little thumb on top of it. It's a great little pot. Here's another one that's got a different glaze on it, but still a nice, basically the same shape. Similar, probably made almost at the same time. It's got this funny little handle on it. These pots are great. I just love these pots. They make me smile. Let's see what else. Here's a cup of bowl of mine. We've got a little stack of bowls here. These are handy for you know, if you're mixing up some little soy sauce, getting ready to do some stir fry. These are nice to you know, get all your ingredients ready in, and then you can just toss them right in the pot. Or even, you know, put some ketchup in or some tartar sauce or something and have on the table. Or a little oil and vinegar and yeah, for bread, for dipping bread in, or a little dressing or something. This is a little Jeff Pickett pot. He's from Georgia. This is a little Shino pot, porcelain, with some banding, iron oxide brushwork, and this chrome green. This is a great little pot. We've had this pot for a long time, and it's got a crack in it, but a lot of our pots have been used so much. Oh great, and the phone's going to ring. So that's going to be inconvenient. We'll have to have a little break. We'll edit this out. Alright, I hope I can edit that out. Or maybe I have already and you just didn't even know what happened. This is a Kurt Lytle little bowl. He's up in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And Kurt fires with Linda Christensen up there. And he makes these great pots and they have these little characters on them. This is a nice little bowl. I love this pot. I love all my pots. Here's a funny little pot of Warren McKenzie's. This is an Amy Sanders pot. Amy lives in Charlotte. She's a good friend of mine. This is a little earthenware bowl of Amy's. It's another one of the small pot, in the small pot stack. This is a great salt glazed bowl that Fred Johnston from Seagrove made. And Fred makes all kind of great pots, but this one, there was nothing else like this in Fred's showroom that day, and man, it was just so juicy. I had to have it. And you can tell, look at that dimple. I love the dimples in pots. Nice little handhold there. Back here in the very back, there's some trays. This is a tray by Will Ruggles and Douglas Rankin, who used to have Rock Creek Pottery up in Beuladine. They've moved now, but these are great for serving food on. Here's a square one with some beautiful trailing and brushwork. I love this sort of rough, it's not rough feeling, but it's sort of just a really beautiful edge here on these trays. Nice feet too. These are wood-fired salt glaze. I'll show you one more of those. This is more of a formal looking one. Just look at those feet. You can kind of see it's got a more formal feel to it. And then this is this has more of a cut edge, where these other ones had sort of a thumbed edge or a torn edge. So this one has more of a formal feel to it. It's a really beautiful pot. Nice brushwork by Douglas. Let's see what else we got down here in the cupboard. I'm gonna have to start digging before too long. We may have to end it here. There's lots of other good things back here. Another Michael Klein pot. Okay, I guess you're getting to see the back of my head there. I'm gonna dig here a minute. This is a Blair Muirfield. He's a salt glaze potter out in Colorado, and Sarah and I visited him several years ago and got a few pots, and he's just such a nice man and really, really great. Makes beautiful pots, unlike any other salt glaze that I'd ever seen. And I'd seen his pots in magazines and books and stuff, and he makes really nice shapes and just has beautiful handles on his cups and nice feet and just beautiful surfaces. So anyway, that's Blair Muirfield. And this is here's another Linda Christensen pot. It's kind of an undecorated, no slip resist or anything, but a beautiful glaze on the inside. Here's kind of a neat pot. This pot was made just out of a slab of clay over a mold of some sort, maybe a plaster mold or a wooden mold. And this was made by Sean Ireland, who's up in Penland, and it's wood fired. You can see around this edge here, Sean has impressed this with a rope. He just rolled the rope around the rim there, and he also has a little line here that sort of separates the rim from the body of the pot. And then it's got this big sort of splash of this black glaze on the inside of it. This pot's nice, and it's got, you know, it's made out of a nice thick slab, and it's got some weight to it. So it's really fun to use, and just really a nice pot, and it's beautiful glazes and just a beautiful firing. Sean really handles the clay nicely. All right, well, I can see maybe, oh gosh, there's a whole nother stack of pots back here. I just thought there was a couple. Let's see here. We'll skip